Hi everyone. I'm back with an update on Mabel, our family cow. If you aren't aware, if you haven't seen my other video, I can link it in the description below, but I'll just do a quick rundown of what's going on. A couple weeks after we got our family cow, she unexpectedly calved. We were told that she was going to calve in April, and it ended up being, or that was when she was due, and it ended up being in February. So it was very early for us, but the baby was full term, the calf was full term. Then shortly thereafter we found out she had staph A, which is a very awful mastitis that is very hard to treat. And that video that I would link below is talking about what staph A is and what our plan was and blah blah blah. So this is now a while later, and I'm going to update on what happened, what is going on. So to start out, we did treat with Pursue, which was recommended by our vet, and it's the only real treatment that might work. Again, it's like a 30% chance. That's how terrible this mastitis is. It's really hard to treat, but we just had to try something. It's really hard to treat. So we tried, and we treated with Pursue for 8 days, and that was the most that we could do, or was the recommendation by the vet. So we did that, and lo and behold, we waited the 2 weeks after that to check, and she still had high cell count in her milk. And we did not send it in for testing because we just knew what it was. It was obvious. It was the same as we had gone through before, and it was kind of silly to send it in, pay for it to get tested. We knew that it was just staph A again. So what we did was we had a few more tubes of Pursue left because we had to buy 2 boxes in order to get the full treatment, but we didn't use up all 2 boxes. So what we decided to do was do a second treatment, but include DMSO and colloidal silver and some essential oils. That was all recommended by some family cow people. And so we tried that, and it didn't work. So we decided that we would just continue milking 2 quarters. 1 quarter came back high cell count, and 3 were good. So we're like, well, you know what? We just can't afford to put a whole lot into her when it's such a low chance of her ever recovering from this. We decided to just milk out the 3 good quarters and continue to test her with it's called a CMT test, regularly, to see if there was, watch the cell count in those quarters. So we continued to consume the milk, and eventually another quarter came up high. So for a while then we had 2 quarters that were good, and I was still okay with milking those. I was still milking out the other ones and giving it to the pigs. Actually, I left 1 quarter for Waffles, the calf. Then, lo and behold, I knew it. I knew in my gut that I needed to test again and that it wasn't going to be good. And sure enough, I just tested, and we're down to 1 good quarter. And like, I knew this was going to happen. I knew it, but it doesn't make it any easier, This was having a family cow was a dream of mine for a long time. Sorry, it is a little emotional. And I really have a hard time with failing. Like, I know a lot of people do, and that's one of the reasons I didn't want to talk about it. It's just hard for me to admit defeat. It's really hard. But staph A has won at this homestead. So now we're down to 1 good quarter. What are we gonna do now? Well, I considered continuing milking her, and so that for our pigs, because we got a lot of pigs in anticipation of a lot of milk. Well, that didn't work out, but we already have the pigs. So I told Mike that I could still milk, you know, like, and give it to the pigs, and he just is like, you know, it's just not worth the work and the extra food that we have to put into her. It's just not, it's not feasible. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna sell her. Well, we'll try to sell her. Now, I'm gonna be very clear. I'm not trying to sell her as a healthy cow. I'm not like gonna try to pull the wool over anyone's eyes by any means. But she is not she doesn't have mastitis like traditional, what you would think mastitis. It's not bloody. It's not, she doesn't have a fever. She's not a feed. She literally looks like a normal cow, acts like a normal cow. If we didn't milk her, we would not know that she has mastitis, that she has staph A, and most likely she's had it in the past, like her previous owners, she had it, but they didn't milk her, so they wouldn't have known. So again, I'm not mad at the previous owners by any means. We took a risk by getting a cow that had never been milked before, and it didn't pay off, and that's on us and not on them. They had no idea. So most likely because of how fast everything went down, most likely she already had it when we got her. But again, she wasn't in milk, so we wouldn't have known. It's not out of the question to let her just be a brood cow. Is that a thing? It's a thing in horses, a broodmare, but I don't know if a brood cow is the right word. Anyways, but I'm not sure that we can find the right place that would actually do that. Just want to give her a chance. She's young. She's only 3. She's healthy. I mean, I know that sounds like, no, she's not healthy. Her milk isn't appropriate for a family, I guess. It's okay for a calf. It doesn't hurt him at all. I want to give her a chance. If we can't, we'll have to ship her. And we do process, we do have the facility to process beef, but we're not going to process her ourselves. For one, our facility is set up for cold weather. The cooler is actually cooled by the outside temperature, and it's just too warm now to do it properly, so it's not the time of year that we could process a cow. Secondly, it would just be too emotional, I think. And we have way too much beef as it is. We have to sell it. We'll have to sell the beef, and not being a licensed facility, we can't do that. Sorry. So what to do with Waffles? We can't keep him either. Man, I didn't think I'd be this emotional on here. Sometimes just saying it out loud. And yes, it's just a cow, but it's not. I have spent 3 months 3 months I've become very attached. I spent a lot of time with her, and I'm just heartbroken that this is how it's ending. But I hate crying, I don't want to cry on camera, but whatever, this is real, this is how it is. So we can't keep him. We could, if we decide not to get another family cow for a while, if we decide to raise him and get a family cow after he's all raised up, but our hope is that we can sell them together, and someone will buy them and raise them out. And yes, he's destined for a freezer. Yes, he's a bull calf, and he's not a purebred, and he's gonna go in someone's freezer eventually, but he's only 3 months old. Obviously we want him to mature out, and that's our goal. So, but if we do have to slaughter Mabel, hopefully we can, sell him as a feeder calf to someone else who raises feeder calves. These animals are all destined for someone's freezer, but we want them to have a great life. We don't want to end their life early if we don't have to. If we had a bigger farm and we could keep her out in, you know, somewhere else, away from everyone else. That might be a possibility, but it's just not here. It's not a possibility. It's not an option. Pull it together, Melissa. Pull it together. I can do this. Okay, what are we gonna do going forward? Are we gonna get another cow? Yeah, yes. I mean, despite all that, despite how hard it has been, and despite how stressful it has been, I would do it again. I don't want to repeat that, but I want our family cow. I still have the dream and the desire to have a family cow. The underlying principle of having a family cow is still in here. I still feel like that's what we want. And that's what Mike wants. Mike, if you do not know, he was so dead set against me getting a family cow. So dead set. And then I learned more things, and I shared those with him, and then I helped him decide that maybe it was a good idea. And now, despite everything we've gone through, he still wants another family cow. If that doesn't, speak for how life-changing a family cow is, and how it's just wonderful. We've had a terrible experience, and my husband, who didn't want one, wants another one. I mean, that's crazy. So, are we gonna get one? Yes, but I don't know when. For one, financially, we're gonna invest more in a family cow. We're gonna try to find one who has been milked before, who has clear, everything, and we'll have to invest a little more in that. But there also is the emotional part. So this clearly has been hard on me, and I think I need a little break. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little gun shy. I'm very scared about this happening again, which it could. I mean, we could buy a really expensive cow, and she could die calving. She could bloat. She could get milk fever. It's an animal. There's no guarantees, of course. So I'm a little bit nervous about that. We don't always have the best luck with animals, despite all our good efforts. So I'm just a little nervous about that happening again. The other thing is staph A can be environmental. So what if it's here and no matter what we bring, it'll have staph A? I mean, that would be like really worst case scenario, but our luck, who knows? So anyways, I do want to fully disinfect the barn as well as I can, and do all that so that when we are ready to bring another cow here, I feel a little bit more, I don't know, at ease, maybe a little bit, but that's what's happening. Oh, it sucks. I don't have good news, and I really stink at picking up the camera, and I wanted so badly to take footage of me milking, but honestly, I milk so early in the morning, and I'm out there by 5 a.m. and it's dark. It's just terrible lighting. Like this, I have video on my phone, so I don't have good lighting, and at 5 o'clock in the morning, I really don't want to set up a whole bunch of stuff, especially everything we've gone through. So I'm sorry that I didn't get footage of me milking, but it is what it is, right? Again, I'm terrible at picking up the camera, and I'm sorry that my 2 updates on Mabel, I had a good one, a great update when she calved, which was wonderful, and I'll link that one below because that's a good feel-good one. We like those. But then there's the staph A that just ruined everything. So that's what's happening on the farm. From here on out, I really do want to document our farm life a little bit more. But I'm also going to concentrate videos a lot on canning, because that seems to be what a lot of people are requesting and wanting. So be on the lookout for a lot of those. Canning season, yay, is coming up. I mean, you can can all year long, but you know what I mean. Like, the big canning season is coming up here in my neck of the woods. I'm in Wisconsin, so We are still early planting gardens, but we got like rhubarb coming up, or yeah, I'm picking rhubarb, and strawberries will be here. I don't know how much more there will be on an update on Mabel, because I don't think I'll probably put out another Mabel specific video unless something like big happens, but I don't know. I don't want to cry anymore on video. But it's a homestead. There could be a lot more crying. So that's it. That's my update. Didn't go well. Family cow number 1. Someday I'm gonna come back on here and I'm gonna have great news. I will. So, if you want to see that day, if you want to be around to see that day, that will happen. I know in my heart it will. Subscribe. Oh, down there, I guess it is. I don't know. I might somewhere. Hit the subscribe button. I would love it if you joined us on the homestead. I don't cry in every video. I promise I won't cry in every video. So hit that subscribe button, please. I'd love it if you could give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below. I don't know what you're going to comment on. Are you looking forward to something exciting happening in your life? I'd love some good, feel-good stories. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for the support and the encouragement. I got so much encouragement in my last video. Okay, I have to stop crying. I got so much encouragement in my last video about Mabel, and so I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate it. So thank you for stopping by the homestead, and I will see you next time. Bye.